Hey guys, welcome back. Got me, and you got the most beautiful person on the planet, Miss Jessica Sorensen. All right, honey, take it away.
Hey guys, so today we figured we'd hop on here and talk about the speech that Donald Trump just gave a few hours ago, talking about the stimulus bill and how he is not going to sign because of the way that they allocated the money towards more foreign stuff than American stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So a few points to make. So I think that I agree with him in the sense that definitely like millions of dollars should not be going to other countries and calling it a COVID relief bill.
Hundreds of millions.
Yeah, other countries have been impacted by it, but in my opinion, it's not our job to bail other people out. And honestly, I also want to go as far as to say that I don't think the government should be bailing out us either. That's not the government's job. That's not what they were created for. But since that's kind of the government's role these days, it's just kind of one of those things. Hopefully it'll change one day and go back to what it's supposed to be. But the government involvement in bailing people out actually didn't become a thing until the Great Depression happened. And then up until that point, everyone was telling the government, you better stay out of our business and stay in your lane. And then when the Great Depression happened, they were begging and blaming the government for not bailing them out. All of a sudden, their total attitude changed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where we're at. So they're trying to put out another stimulus bill. And throughout this whole year of the COVID thing, I've been kind of like on the fence, yeah, I mean, the government takes tons and tons of money from us for taxes. So in one way, I'm like, yeah, give us money because you kind of owe it to us. Like you're ripping us off anyway, stealing from us legally, basically, or maybe even illegally because it's kind of against the Constitution. But the other thing is like, they shouldn't be doing it because it's encouraging more involvement in our lives, and it's just going to get worse the more we encourage it. So I definitely agree with the whole more money should be going to us than other countries. So I agree with him on that. But it is interesting that all of a sudden now a lot of Democrats are coming out saying that they are fully in support of the $2,000 when if you think about it, up until now, everything that comes out of Donald Trump's mouth, they're fully and totally against. So it's interesting that they're kind of acting like they're on board with this. So, got anything?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should play a clip from the video where he was talking about, how many millions were going for this and millions for that. It was crazy, like 42 million to this country, 52 million for this country,
Yeah.
60 million to count how many fish are in the Gulf. Like, why? How is all this in the COVID bill?
For example, among the more than 5,000 pages in this bill, which nobody in Congress has read because of its length and complexity, it's called the COVID Relief Bill, but it has almost nothing to do with COVID. This bill contains $85.5 million for assistance to Cambodia, $134 million to Burma, $1.3 billion for Egypt and the Egyptian military, which will go out and buy almost exclusively Russian military equipment, $25 million for democracy and gender programs in Pakistan, $505 million to Belize, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, and Panama, $40 million for the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C., which is not even open for business, $1 billion for the Smithsonian, and an additional $154 million for the National Gallery of Art. Likewise, these facilities are essentially not open. $7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico, a provision to promote the breeding of fish in federal hatcheries, $3 million in poultry production technology, $2 million to research the impact of down trees, $566 million for construction projects at the FBI. The bill also allows stimulus checks for the family members of illegal aliens, allowing them to get up to $1,800 each This is far more than the Americans are given. Despite all of this wasteful spending and much more, the $900 billion package provides hardworking taxpayers with only $600 each in relief payments.
Like,
Yeah,
what in
and
the world?
something about
He named like 15 different countries that was getting tens of millions of dollars from us, like taking taxpayers' money, and they keep printing hundreds of thousands and
Yeah.
millions of dollars. It just doesn't seem right. So.
And they're also talking about like rehabbing the Kennedy Center or something, which Trump said is not even functioning right now because of COVID. Like they're not having any events or anything. So why would you be putting millions of dollars towards something that has no need for it right now? And honestly, guys, where do you think that they're getting this? What was it, 90 trillion or 90 million was like the total amount that the stimulus bill is going to be? Like, where do you think they're getting that money from?
Yeah.
We're like trillions of dollars in debt.
It's probably billion, 90 billion.
Yeah, it's like we're like in like billions or trillions of dollars in debt right now. So, I mean, they're either printing us money or they're stealing it or something. Like you're either getting taxed more or they're printing it. They don't have that much money just lying around waiting to give to you when a crisis happens, believe me.
Yeah.
So, that's another thing is it's hurting our economy every time they do this. So, although the free money is exciting and nice to have, you know, to help you pay off debt or invest or go do something you haven't been able to do or something, or maybe just provide for normal needs. I don't know. But we have to always look at the bigger picture too. And it's really hurting us more than it's helping us. And there's been a lot of people that have struggled this year, businesses and individuals, and that's a very real problem. But when you look to the government to solve our problems, it just gets out of control. And before you know it, they're not helping us, they're controlling us every aspect of your life. So it's good to see the bigger picture before you just start praising people for making these decisions. But if they're
you're really robbing from the future to pay for now.
Yeah, that's a good point. And you just have to realize that it's just that's not their position to do that stuff. So if they're going to do it anyway, I guess they're going to do it anyway. So, I mean, you not taking your $2,000 isn't really going to make that big of a difference when it's 90 trillion. I'll have to look that up and make sure what the last part was, million, trillion, or billion, or whatever. But it's, we should be stopping the whole thing, not just, and I guess if multiple people stood up and protested, maybe that would make a big difference. But most people aren't going to do that. Honestly, who's going to turn down free money?
Wait, I get $2,000?
So, yeah, and like I said, they're way overtaxing us anyway. So it's kind of like one of those on the fence things where like you kind of for it, but kind of against it. And
at least be smart with the $2,000. Right?
Yeah. At least take it and invest it or something.
I think it's $4,000 that Trump's advocating for per couple, and still $600 per child. So, pay off some debt. You could buy some Bitcoin, some cryptocurrency.
So do something.
Some
at
gold,
least take it.
Some silver.
Yeah. At least take it to secure your future.
Yeah, be smart with it.
Yeah.
If it does happen, be smart with it. Do things that set you up, in a good position financially, for the future. Don't go out and buy all the things on your wish list, right? And spend it into the economy like they're wanting, right? That's why they do these things, is they print this money and they manipulate the money supply so that, we go out and we just blow it all, and, it picks stuff up for a little bit, and it just plays right into their hand, right? If we, do what we need to do and be smart about what we're buying, and, it's gold, silver, Bitcoin, and we're, paying off debt, right? Getting out of debt. The banking system, they do something called fractional reserve banking, where they lend out, 99% of what people hold in their bank accounts. And when you pay off that debt, that hurts the banking system. And they don't want us to pay off debt, right? They need us in debt. They want you charging the credit card. They want you doing all these things. And, we got to stop that. So be smart with your money.
Yeah.
Pay off some debt, buy some Bitcoin, some gold and silver, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, so y'all be smart out there. Just pay attention. We'll leave a link in the below for the full video of where Trump is making the list of things, and we might just place a clip somewhere in there if we didn't already of him listing those out so you can hear firsthand. But definitely go watch the full video. You should always be informed directly from the source, not from someone else speaking about it. Although this helps expose it to you so that if you didn't know that it happened, but you definitely want to go to the main source and hear it out of their own mouth so that you don't get misconstrued, deceiving information. So like I said, I don't even know if it was billion, million, or trillion. So I mean, that really matters. I mean, that's a big difference. If you jump one of those numbers, it's a big difference. So
that's a few commas in there.
Yeah. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. And you know, if you have any questions or comments, you know, leave them below, like the video, subscribe as always. We love staying in touch with you guys and making sure they're bringing stuff that really helps you guys further your life and your future for you and your family. It's the best thing we can do is leave a legacy for our future generations that come after us. And so that's what we're hoping to do with all of our videos, is just help bring joy, prosperity, happiness, information, and education. So, and guys, we'll see you in the next video, and catch you next time.